We've still got a lot deeper to go, and we're going to do it today with an electric pickaxe, which is obviously going to be quite interesting. And it's actually going to change the way I mine entirely. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can see what we're doing. But we've already, I think, got the coal we need and then some. Yep, we definitely do. So this could actually be a really, really powerful build. So the lightning is going to go from the tile I hit to the rest of the similar tiles. Plus it's going to have a nice crackling sound in our ears the entire time. Yeah, I've actually got to be really careful how I do this because I could easily mine out from the ground under me. And I could drop all the way down and get stuck. But I've got a pretty good idea today how to go extra deep. We've already hit our coal quota, so I'm going to try and mine things that aren't coal for a sec. We're going to get a really, really good electric pickaxe. Of all the different builds I have had, I don't think I've had anyone that's able to start this strongly. We're going to bully this block of coal and hopefully get the rest of them. I think this one is capable of mining massive amounts of blocks because that electricity will go through everything. We can mine absolute horrors with this. So day number 1, we got 846 gold. We're gonna need some platforms with this build. We just are. Maybe before getting carried away with that, we're gonna need a better pickaxe. This character can also use flamethrowers, which burn tiles, water guns, a water staff. There's also a poison staff. There's so many different things. We can't afford the next pickaxe, which is copper, but we don't need to. We're going to add time right away. That's always a big boost for us. And then we can buy more platforms. I can dig so far and deep with this. I'm actually going to buy like that many. Our quota for the day is 80. We did that almost instantly last time. The platforms are going to be something we absolutely need at least to start. And we got some iron sitting here in front of us as well. Okay, I'm going to start to remove some of these tiles. We're trying to hit it. The electricity looks like it might actually weaken the further away from me it is. And that's actually okay in a way. I'm sure better pickaxes will have a different effect. Or like less reduction as they go through the ground. But like look at all that. Like we can just mine all of that coal. Weaken it all up. So it's going to go to no hits at all. My inventory is legitimately full at this point. So we're going to build ourselves up. Whoops. Yeah, that's already way more coal than we need already. And I've broken like nothing. This is going to be a build that runs way out ahead really quickly. We'll take some emeralds while we're at it. I wonder if I get extra electric damage. I need to find some chests and get started on those. We're going to try and do a little bit of side mining, but this pickaxe is going to sort of determine which direction we go, strangely. We don't really have a lot of say because it just goes to the ground. Everything's very conductive. We can sort of pick the direction, I guess. Electricity does get weaker the further we go. Might have to wait for a better pickaxe before we're going to mine into the fudge blocks anyway, because this still takes a second. There's magic regen. I'm not sure what that is. There's pickaxe mining damage. I don't know what this is. I legitimately don't know what that is. We're going to take pickaxe damage because obviously we're going to use a lot of pickaxes. And while the conductive thing is cool, we need to be doing damage with the actual pickaxe as well, especially for single blocks. Down below, the valuable stuff tends to appear only in singles. I'm really going to need some collectors. Making my way up and down with this build is going to get pretty complicated pretty quickly. Gonna try and work our way up as well. Magic regen might be for some of my other tools, the poison or the water we can get. I'm really not sure at this point, but we'll figure it out eventually. Or we won't. We can just keep mining. That's the beauty of it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to understand. You've just got to mine. We dumped all the coal off. We have basically 300 of the 80 we need. And that number could still go up. Well, I'm going to run this back. Every dollar is going to count. 1,631 for the day. That means we can jump all the way up to an iron electric pickaxe. That's going to do a lot more damage. And I assume the electric damage is sort of proportional to its damage. Gonna buy a few more platforms. We still have $450 left over. But our damage should go from 30 to 100. So we have triple the damage and still lots of electricity. This time I'm going to go maybe a little bit deeper with this because I can. We can just use our platforms to get back up. This is much quicker. The lightning, yes, is definitely doing more damage as well. I feel in a way this might also almost be too easy. We could break into these hopefully nice and quick now. Yeah, that's much quicker. I'm going to take mining damage because when we get to the deeper blocks, we got to be sure that we're doing as much as possible. Those 5% are going to add tons of damage. So we're absolutely decimating the coal already. And basically everything else. We can empty out such big spots. Like we're legitimately full already. There was some kind of gem in there. We got to make our way back up. This is why I need collectors so badly. Get out of my way, everything. I'm gonna make a big pile of garbage at the bottom. Okay, we're gonna unload all that straight back down to where the gooder stuff was because there was these emeralds here. I don't know if we can go into the next layer yet. I might give it a few pokes to see. The next layers are considerably more resources, but they're considerably harder to mine. Probably gonna need one more pickaxe before we're gonna bother to get into there. That's okay. We got plenty to mine over here. Look at the coal rain down. Our backpack is once again full. I would upgrade that, but we'll probably just get collectors instead. Coal quota is done. We are halfway through the day. We're gonna chase some chests as well. These are important. This one is gonna have probably... I want a little bit of jump velocity, especially with this build where we're constantly going to be mining the ground out from under ourselves. Mine some emeralds while we're here. We'll go for that chest. I also want these emeralds. I can't help it. They're worth just so much more. This gave the poison blocks. Not really sure where the best place to use these is. So we're just sort of going to poison everything. We like quadruple poison these. I'm too lazy to move anyway. That can all get poisoned. We'll take this to the top. The rest of the day is basically just running up and down, gathering whatever I can. I kind of want all this iron though too. That's got to be worth a little bit more than the coal. Big piles of stuff here. And again, that's why I need collectors. I don't have time to be doing this myself. I need to be swinging my pickaxe only. All that stuff's in. But yeah, I've definitely never had a build that was this good at the start. So with our increased skill and knowledge and everything, this is going to be a good one. I don't know, I was mining now. My inventory is already full. We can't carry very much, and that's not really going to hold us back yet. 640 coal for the day. Basically, almost 3 grand. At this point, I think I'm actually going to buy a collector. Then we're going to have 1,675 left over. And with that, I'm probably going to increase my inventory slots. I know I said I wasn't really going to, but it would be helpful just to carry a few more. And then we're going to buy a whole bunch more platforms, up to 32. And I'm going to make my collector do most of the work. They're just really, really handy to have. Whoops. They'll move most of the coal for me, especially once my inventory's full, and it all falls on them. There's fire damage, poison damage. I wouldn't mind some fire damage. Not sure we're going to use many fire things, but it never hurts to have that in the back pocket. Today we're going to do a little bit of side-to-side mining. We got a collector carrying most of our stuff anyway, so we can just go like this and just decimate everything. This is very satisfying. Mine the coal, take the coal. I might run back to base and just dump everything off because I do have a lot of coal on me. Just to be sure we're going to hit the quota nice and early. Okay, the coal quota is already hit. I want those sapphires too though. I'm going to mine those. Well, I've already picked it up. It's our burden. And then we just go on an electricity rampage this way. I really hope I can get more electricity damage out of a chest at some point. Mine down to another chest. We want sprint speed. The faster I can run around and smash things with this, the better off we're going to be. We are halfway through the day. I want these emeralds. There's actually a lot of emeralds here. My collector has been working away. We have 560 coal already. And the collector seems to be keeping up pretty good. We're going to take player pickaxe mining speed. That's a big one for us. Yeah, that's probably the main one we want. The faster we can swing this pickaxe, the better it's going to be. We've dumped all that off, so we got plenty of coal already. We're just going to go straight down, mine what we can before the end of the day. Which will hopefully be a lot of stuff, but at this point it doesn't really matter. We've already demolished our goal. Time's running down in the day. People told me also about the mermaid. I remember seeing the mermaid like way back somewhere over here. They said it's really useful to do, then some people said it wasn't. You do quest, you get reward. Yippee. Okay, what's your quest today? It needs 5 sapphires. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm not bringing you 5 anythings. As a professional miner, I've got this under control. Thanks. We got basically 5 times the coal quota. Just about $4,000. That means we can afford the sapphire pickaxe. So we're going to sell the iron. Oh, we can actually afford the emerald if we do that. Strength 300. We're just using an iron, so we're going to have 3 times the damage, which means we should be able to go into the next layer easy enough. I think this is also new. By the way, one-click chest looting allows all chests to be unlocked and immediately looted, so you don't have to chase or scroll around if it drops, which is actually a really nice change. That was pretty annoying. Okay, this new pickaxe is definitely melting this layer. I want more chests. Can we get more electricity damage? Magic regen? No, we want pickaxe mining speed. We need to be able to swing this thing super quick. My one collector is not going to be able to keep up with this anymore. Wet damage, fire damage. Probably wet damage. That can actually be a real big one. For now, I'm just going to probably go around and bully everything here because we can knock this all out so quickly. We'll hit our coal quota. My little collector will be very busy. Collector speed. Oh, we also need to start working that. We're going to rely on collectors quite a lot. I also wanted to clear out some of that just so we can make it back to the top or know where the top is more specifically. We're in good shape pickaxe-wise for a while. Oh, this is this one. It hardly feels better than our pickaxe at this point, but we'll take it, I guess. Yeah, there's lots of good stuff down here. Made into the next area, an emerald should be pretty strong here. We're going to get a lot of emeralds out of that, actually, so that's worth it. And there's amethyst and stuff down here. I don't know if we're strong enough to mine this efficiently yet. We can mine it. I don't know if it's worth our time. I need a better collector. Or more of them. Or more better collectors. There's a giant stockpile of materials down here though, so we'll be okay no matter what we do. This pickaxe does definitely move some ground. I just mined a whole bunch of sapphires. Wow, that's really going somewhere. I want these amethysts too. My backpack is once again full. We are going to carry this bit to the top. I want to see what it's like to try and get through the fudge block here. This is definitely a level 2 chest. We're doing it, but it is a little bit slow. It's not worth it to go for the easy yet, at least. We're going to do this one just because we can. Wow, that was worth it because that was rubies. That was unexpected. I wasn't even trying for the coal quota on this one, and we still easily doubled it. And those 4 rubies we got were worth 2,000, our most valuable thing out of everything. $8,000 for the day. I'm going to buy more platforms. We're going to do it the smart way though. We're going to buy 26 more of those. I'm also going to add more time to our day. Do I want to increase inventory slots? We don't. Whoops. Okay, I guess we will. Kind of misclicked there. And you know what? That's okay. We just embrace the chaos here. Accidents happen, we make them work anyways. Player pickaxe mining damage, because I think the electricity is based on the damage anyway. I think it's probably full damage near where we strike, and a little further out obviously it diminishes. 5% mining damage. Can I get up there? We want the emeralds, we want the sapphires, we want all this good stuff. I can carry more on me too, so at least for this round I should be helping carry. Because between me and the collector, we'll move a lot of stuff. There's a poison orb thing. We can actually buy these now at the shop as well, and we might do that at some point. Yeah, it's just always a little bit slow for me. I guess it does inevitably fall into the good stuff though. We just make a giant pile of stuff at the bottom. We can still collect coal, so we're going to. We're going to pick up everything we can there. More coal. Dump that all off. We're basically at the coal quota, so I'm not going to try for that anymore. The collector will grab all that for us. I think on this one, I'm going to try and go down a little bit into the next layer. We're strong enough to get away with this. The pickaxe is getting quick too. We want some of the treasure chests down here and all the gems. I do like the AoE thing it does. We can mine a lot of blocks if we get lucky. Out of the chest, we can get 20% jump velocity. That's going to help us get in and out of here. We can absolutely decimate the coal. Even the iron in here is not bad, so we can pick up a lot of stuff. And a whole bunch of emeralds. We're going to go and unload back at the top. Starting to be able to jump real high. So coal is easily there. We got lots of gems and stuff on board too. This pickaxe really is going to thrive where there's lots of gems touching. Really maximizes the AoE thing it's got going on, but it does absolutely decimate the earth. Starting to wind down for the day, so I'm just going to fill my backpack with some of the nice easy stuff. This stuff is quick. I really should still be in this layer according to what I'm seeing. We're going to increase wet damage a further 1%. That is going to make a big difference. Our backpack is officially full one more time. Probably could have dumped some of that stuff off to the mermaid, but I just can't be bothered. For the rest of the day, I'm going to bust into chests, hopefully finding something that can really help me out. Player pickaxe mining speed, yes. I want to swing this thing like nobody's business. I want to be able to swing it like I'm digging out of prison. I'm going to take another magic regen. Still don't know exactly what that's referring to, but I feel like I want it. What's in that one? Didn't get it. The money goes up again, $10,000. We're still getting more just from getting mass amounts of smaller things. But what I want now is actually a senior collector. They can hold 640 items and fly at 1.5 times speed. And that's it. That'll help me out a lot. Now we can just go crazy mining and they'll keep up. I'm mostly going to stick to this layer this time. Especially in the local area here. Got to try and mine the top first. This really is a top-down build. And that'll just leave my collector friend to pick it all up behind us. Employee collector speed up another 2%. They'll get very quick by the end. Another 2% collector speed. Got another one of these poison things. I'm just going to run around and poison everything. My collector will clean up the mess afterwards. They'll have it all. They move so many pieces already that they can carry all that. It's not my problem. Just gotta keep mining. Player jump velocity. We should maybe also increase the employee mining speed as well. But not before player mining damage. That way we can one-shot all of the blocks. Like this, we should be able to break this quicker, and we're going to need to break a lot harder blocks than this. But there's 10% more damage for me, so we just upgrade our damage further 10%. I don't know if I'm going to bring anything to the surface yet, because I think my collector's actually going to be able to keep up with this. We can't see them currently, but they're out there somewhere working very, very hard. What I will do is maybe put some platforms roughly where I think the surface is, so we don't get lost down here. If we run out of time, I need to know which way we go. Wait, where are we? Okay, we were over to the left. Didn't realize. Since I was up there anyway, we might as well just unload. The collector will still move a lot. Oh, we're good. We got one of these. In a really good spot too, right below the where we need to be, our home base. I use that to mine down into this tier 2 area. We can do wet damage 2%. And then mine a giant mountain of emeralds. Since I used the golden weapon to mine our way down here, we might as well pick up everything we dropped because it was so quick. At this point, it is somewhat efficient to be down here. But we like to mine it with just our pickaxe. We need better. There's our collector, so it looks like they are actually keeping up with us, and that's a very good sign. I think we did also just extend the length of our days too. So we'll be able to get lots. Yeah, they're definitely keeping up. I can't help myself. I'm going to mine that. I really should be staying in this layer though. Player mining damage 5%. Yes. We needed 1,500 coal. We've gotten over 3,000 so far. And that's without making a conscious effort to mine coal. That's just because we happen to be mining it. Collector speed 2%. We're going to do wet damage here. Wet damage is just going to boost all kinds of damage in the end anyway, so we might as well just go for it. I do have some sapphires. Okay, I'm going to go give these to the mermaid to see what they'll give me. These will be perfect. A little friend will join you tomorrow. Okay, 30 emeralds, please. Vacuum cleaner for your reward. Do I have emeralds on me? Nope, you're going to have to wait. I think for the rest of the day, since we only have about 10% left, I'm going to go try and find some more chests. We're going to knock out these emeralds in case my collector does happen to come this way. But I want chests for now. We can just get more damage. We need long-term benefits. I feel like we're going to make some money today. Magic regen, 5%. And player mining speed, 5%. I need more collectors. I can just destroy so much ground with this. Another 5% on the player mining speed. And we can really feel the difference now. We're able to swing this in quite quickly already. Yeah, with enough collectors, we would be just absolutely stupid. And we'll burn some things while we're waiting, just because it's fun. $12,000 for today. And what I want out of that is actually another senior collector. We'll buy a whole bunch more platforms. There's our friend that's following us. What are they pointing to? Gems? The closest ores, maybe? I'm not sure what they're pointing to. Okay, well, we gotta help her for whatever they're gonna do. Gonna open the chest as we go. Player mining damage is a big one. They're pointing towards that. What is that? They're pointing towards the nearest most valuable gem, maybe. Okay, that's fine. They can continue doing that. I got senior collectors following me, so we are just going to mine absolutely everything. I think our inventory is already full. Nope, we actually have a pretty big inventory. Yeah, everyone's getting mad at me for not doing it that way. It's now control click to drop, because apparently running around with shift left clicking, you could drop stuff out of your inventory accidentally. I think that happened to me several times. Oh, the dog is pointing me towards the quest that the mermaid wants. I don't think I want the vacuum because I don't really need to suck anything up. I've got two suckers with wings following me around. They're going to do it all for me. I'm just here to mine like every piece of coal in existence. Once we get too far left or right, we'll start going deeper again, so the flyers have to go less far. We'll try and find the efficient balance there. 5% pickaxe mining damage again, so even more damage. 2,200 coal needed. I don't think we're going to have a problem with that. What I am going to need is definitely more collectors and speed. I need them going much faster than they are. Move our jump velocity up. Mine some more coal down. We'll go a little bit deeper down in this layer and work our way back towards the middle. I've got no idea where our base is at this point, so it would be hard factually for us to go back up. Player mining, the faster we can swing the pickaxes actually would be really big. We can get like double DPS just from swinging this thing faster. Halfway through the day, we've definitely hit our coal quota already. We're going to take a few bites into here just to see if this could be worth it. It's still probably just a little too slow to do this efficiently. Once we get a little wealthier though, we'll start to use some of the flamethrowers and water guns and other such fun things. Haven't seen my collectors in a minute, but we've easily got double the coal we needed, so that's a good sign. As long as we're getting way more coal, we'll be making lots and lots of money. The coal is a great indicator for how far ahead we are in general. Player mining speed up again. I'm going to want to find out what this is as well. That was just cash. I don't know what... oh, that's just straight up money. I get it. Just money towards upgrades, which is nice actually. That's good. So if we don't have any upgrade choices, we'll likely get that. This seems wildly unnecessary at this point, but it's very powerful, so we'll go down into some of the tier 2 blocks. My collectors cannot keep up with me at this point. Although they were reasonably close, now that I look at it, they weren't far off. 6,000 coal for $6,000. We even got some rubies in there somewhere, 16 grand. And that means it's time for a silver pickaxe. That's going to do 1,000 damage. That's 3 times our current one. I'm also going to buy a basic water gun at this point. They'll just soften the tiles around to do extra damage. They by default do double damage from surrounding sources. We want player mining speed. Double damage from surrounding sources is going to be big. Oh, this thing too. Alright, well, should we just take this straight down then, since we got sort of the power for it? We got our upgraded pickaxe now, so this should go much easier. Down we go. And when we get to blocks like that, we can just do that. Yeah, we are decimating now. If we can water things too, oh yeah, much easier. Water all the valuable amethysts, mine them up. Even without the water gun in this layer, it's perfectly fine. For ones that are harder, we should do that, because it just decimates those. Oh, okay, a red one, that's new. Okay, let's open up this chest, and we're going to go deeper. All the way down. Might as well get all the stuff. That one too, over there. Yep, good. And another one. Oh, it's a ruby AK. Yeah, we could live with this. Yeah, mine it all. Everything we can get. More. Make those collectors earn their money. And now there's lots of gems and stuff waiting down, and a few chests we got open. 10% extra mining damage from us isn't gonna hurt. Our pickaxe is so quick too. Like we can just get so much DPS out of that. We're 2/3 of the way to the coal quota and only 1/3 of the way through the day. I just hope I can keep up mining fast enough to stay ahead of the collectors. I don't want them sitting still. I think this pickaxe is strong enough to do it though, easily. I guess if we need to speed up again, we can go into the upper layer just to produce more stuff to keep them fuller. What's more wet damage, which is obviously making a very big difference. There's another 10% mining speed for us. It was already nice and quick. We'll get the fudge block out of the way. We spray the fudge blocks. It's really the only one I am worrying about at this point. We'll take collector speed for sure. I really need to remember to just be swinging full time. If we're anywhere near a block, swing at it because it's going to be knocking materials out for my collectors. Not sure if this one's in the next layer or not. We are able to mine the blues actually reasonably well. There's a whole bunch of rubies. The collectors will get to that. That kind of does make me wonder if I should be mining into the blue layer. Let's spray that with water. We can actually go through that pretty good. I don't think we're quite quick enough to really make that worthwhile. We will get some emeralds here, why not? I couldn't help myself. We're going to mine a few amethysts here because we're able to sort of chain reaction into them. But I'm also pretty worried that if we go that way, we'll slow down and my collectors are catching up to me. I can sense it. There is, I think, a blue quality fudge block, which is obviously going to be pretty hard to break. Not worth it. Considering it's likely just a boost that we're going to get out of this chest anyway, only slightly better. We're better off to mine like 6 of these than one of those. 10% mining damage. Our pickaxe is getting really, really high damage already. 10% more mining damage. Mining speed is already up 50% and damage is up 80, which is why we're able to decimate the world. We managed to stay ahead of the collectors this entire time. I might actually be somewhat close to the surface here from what I'm seeing. Oh, we actually are. You know what? We'll go and load our inventory while we're here. Why not? Not really sure what that was worth, if anything. But we did it. Easily 3 times the coal we needed. Lots of value in a lot of things. Almost 40 grand. One thing I do want is a collector whistle so I can send them back to the surface on a whim. I think I'll actually do one-click chest looting. That's going to be helpful so I'm not chasing those stupid things around a lot. And then obviously we need one more senior collector. That leaves us with 22,000 left over. But the idea is with that extra collector, we'll be able to mine a little more and they'll be able to keep up. They almost did last time, so this time I got to mine even more. I'm going to mine some surface level stuff real quick though, just because it's very satisfying. There's another 5% damage. Like, look at all the coal we can just decimate. And there's some sapphires and some emeralds and everything we want. And we have one-click chest looting now. I think we got an amethyst out of that one. We are really quickly tearing through this layer. The collectors, I can't see them right now, but I've mined a lot of stuff in the past second. Oh, a gold minigun. All right, well, we won't say no to that. Down we go. Down we go. Ever further. We do like miniguns, don't we? Yeah, this will take us all the way down to blue layer easy enough. The minigun was good, but like my pickaxe I think is actually better. I can just destroy this layer, and this is without watering anything. Got another gold gun, plus another one of these. We're going to increase our wet damage. We got another ruby AK. And we'll use a ruby AK actually. We'll work our way down into here because there's lots of material per block. Let's give these a water since they're already weakened. Yeah, we can actually go through these not bad. At least the coals. The rest of them are pretty strong. I think it's still more worthwhile to be up in this layer though, where we can really plow through it quickly. Because the collectors aren't keeping up, and there are 3 of them. We just hit the halfway mark of the day, but we've already got 50% more coal than we need, so that's a good sign. Also just got a flamethrower, so I'm going to go light the lower tiles down. I don't know what color flamethrower this is, but I want to burn the blues if I can. We'll get way more material out of those. And there's just giant piles of material everywhere now. That's a lot of iron, maybe? What is that? I think I can mine through that fairly quickly. Yeah, copper. Finding a lot of amethyst in this layer too right now, so that feels good. We'll take another 2% wet damage. If we get that multiplier big enough, actually, we can really get some stupid damage going. Player pickaxe mining speed. I think I want to worry more about my damage. The collectors seem to be pretty good. Like, we'll take their choice when we can, but I'm really going to focus on my own power. Like, player mining speed, another 10%. It's already quick, but I need to be able to swing this thing crazy fast to go all the way to the bottom, if such a place actually exists. The collectors caught back up with me, so that's kind of a good sign, kind of a bad sign at the same time. It means we're going to make a lot of money. Another 10% pickaxe mining speed. I always forget I can hold left click. 20% jump velocity, so we can jump all the way into the different zones. When I hold down left click, it's quite something to behold at this point. Just keep mining everything. The miners still couldn't quite keep up, but that's good. They were very busy that entire time, and look at those values. Really starting to add up. 50 grand. I'm going to buy a strong collector at this point because they can hold up to 7,000 items, 10 times what the other ones were. That does cost 50 grand, but it's worth it. We also have $69,900. That was really the only change we needed to make. Now we got one much bigger collector who's going to be able to hopefully keep up with us. 7,000 items, so they're going to really load up They could basically do the whole coal thing in one load. 1% wet damage. I don't know why I'm hanging out in this layer, but it just feels good sometimes. Collector speed out of all the choices there. I can't even see what I'm picking up half the time anymore. It's just a giant pile of everything. The coal seams up here are pretty big though too, so maybe I should be touching them here and there. With our damage, we're just decimating the whole thing with a single touch. It's arguably still worth it just to hang out in this layer just due to the raw numbers we can move. Another 2% on collector speed. We're going to buy the strong ones, not the quick ones. We can boost their speed the other way. I need them to move just as much as possible. And so far the collectors are keeping up. Oh, it's a poison thing. Well, I wish I got this lower. But we can still poison the world, and it'll still crumble before us. It'll be a very similar strategy to last time. We do need 8,000 coal this time, which is quite a lot. They're 2% wet damage, in case we need any of that. Our big carrier hasn't gone back to base yet. That's why the coal hasn't jumped up too much yet. But at the rate we're finding coal down here in these giant seams, yeah, they'll unload pretty soon and we'll be fine. There is a strategy to this though. Like I can't just mine any block. I've got to try and get the ones that like I can stand on first. Otherwise we fall down and it's really time consuming to work our way back up. All right, let's get the red staff. We're gonna knock out all of the amethysts that I can see, and maybe actually we'll go into blue while we're at it. Might as well. The blue can be really good for us. Yeah, it's still a little bit hard to mine. Like when we have a golden weapon, it's fine, but as soon as we don't, it gets slow again. Although there are some ruby nodes here. I can't help it. We need to see how quickly I can mine through a ruby node. I've watered it accordingly. It's not hugely slow, but it's not hugely fast. That did drop out a few $1,000s. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at the colorful gems down here. I'm just going to go back up to focusing on this layer. Oh, we hit our coal quota, and that's going to keep going. As long as we're about doubling the amount of coal quota we have, I think we're in very good shape. Time is starting to wind down a little bit. I've just started mining in any random direction. I'm actually going to blow the collector whistle to make sure they go dump off whatever they have. They still actually couldn't keep up with me. Oh, we got a red shotgun. Not my favorite, but whatever. It's the end of the round anyway, so we'll use it to mine the chest. Player mining speed probably needs to go up. That way I can swing that lightning out of here quick. 24 grand just into coal. The total for the day, 62,000. Since the collectors weren't quite able to keep up with me anyway, I think the logical next step is going to be a new pickaxe. That's going to do 3,000 damage instead of 1,000. So out with the old, in with the new. And that's the only change we're about to make. But this is going to decimate even more. But we're going to push a little deeper. That way we can mine a little more of the valuable stuff. We did also get a golden AK. Sprint speed is something we haven't actually got a lot of yet. I'm not really going to take the gun very seriously yet because it just doesn't really matter. Oh, we got another golden AK. All right. Down we go, I guess, then. Yeah, the pickaxe is probably actually still better than this golden AK, which is crazy to think about. Player mining speed. Down we go some more. I want all this though. Like I don't want to leave this behind now that I have the pickaxe. Like I need to touch everything. I know the point of this pickaxe was to go a little deeper, and we will, but as long as I'm seeing chests and stuff and giant coal seams along the way, I might as well be touching them. Player mining damage. Now we're one-shotting a lot of this layer stuff, even like the upper tier stuff of this layer. And that means we should probably work our way into the next layer, but I'm just going to get some of the low-hanging fruit up here. There's just enormous piles of coal and emeralds and sapphires everywhere I look. Nice to see you, idiots. I did find a ruby minigun, so while we're doing that, we'll take another collector capacity. You know what? Actually, we'll start right here. We'll grab that, and we're going to try and go down into this layer. This layer is actually really strong still. Like, it's hard to even break into this, but we can do it now. I think I want 15% mining speed. Yeah, the mining speed's enough that we can really hack away on certain blocks. Yeah, even without wetting them now, we can go through these. Although, these are going to be much quicker if we do wet them. 15% mining damage. I still don't know if I can actually mine this layer fast enough to keep ahead of the collectors. I know we do get, like, considerably more out of every block here, so we'll see. I'm going to mine here for now. If the collectors catch up, then we'll make an adjustment. I mean, we've already got the coal we need. By a large margin, actually. We're going to take 10% extra damage, so we're going to mine that even quicker now. Another 10% mining speed, which is going to get really stupid. It's already sort of getting there. At least in this blue area, I got to be careful to pick which block I'm breaking. This could get really inefficient if we're not careful. Might need a bigger water gun before long. Like, this one was good for a while, but it's only spraying so far now. And I need to wet more blocks so the lightning does maximum effect. Oh, I need a dog that's an auto sprayer. I need a dog that's like a fountain. It can just wet the blocks for me. That would be so much quicker. Another 15% player mining damage. I feel like I'm getting a lot more player mining damages than I normally would be. And that's a very good thing. Well, we're clearly still staying ahead of the miners, although the big one might only just be about to unload. They can really scoop up a lot in a hurry if we let them. There's some gold. And there's the red blocks for the first time. What do we want out of all of these? Probably collector speed 6%. This will be a big earning day. Our coal quota was 12,000. We got almost 3 times that. So even with all this mining, the collectors still couldn't keep up with us. I'm going to blow the whistle and send them home. And I'm just going to sit here and mine blocks for the past few seconds. last few seconds. That feels better. 43,000 just in coal, 23,000 in amethyst. We got 162,000, so the income is still going up fast. Fast enough that we're going to get a mighty collector. They can hold 24,000 items. They do cost 100 grand, but I'm willing if you are. And suddenly a better water gun for 16 grand doesn't seem so expensive. I probably will try the poison staff at some point. It starts at 45,000, but I think I could spray that off once in a while and then it would just melt the blocks around it. And then the idiots would come clean it up. While I'm at it, I'm also going to get one more strong collector just to make sure they are keeping up. So that was 150,000 I just spent on collectors. But don't worry, I have a plan. I can mine the blocks. I just need something that's able to keep up with my speed. Because this is starting to get a bit ridiculous already. We're able to go much farther down. We'll take more mining damage at this point too. We got to be able to show we're able to just break the blocks as soon as we touch them. I just got an upgrade to my pickaxe for like an electric one out of the gold thing. I don't know if this is actually better than my current one. I won't complain, no, it seems to be doing some work. We'll turn their capacity up a little bit more again. The new miner we got, not only can they hold a lot more, but they also move quicker too. We're just going to take some easy pickings here. Wet damage 2%. The collectors are actually keeping up with me. They're right beside me. So that's a really good sign. We'll take poison damage in case we do start to use some poison. The water gun can go actually quite a ways. Like it sprays, but it also soaks in. 10% wet damage again. In theory, if you want to maximize damage, actually, you should probably be boosting miner speed. Because you can hire like 100 miners. So 100 miners... It's like a $50 million upgrade, and if they even get a 10% increase, that's probably the best way to maximize. But we're not going to do that. More poison damage. I think for now I got to stay sort of in this layer as well, just so I can stay ahead of the collectors. I can just mine this stuff so quickly, and it drops just the right amount. There's some rubies. Nope, mostly just garbage on me anyway. Ruby minigun. It is faster than my current thing, but not by a great deal. We'll see if we can use this to plow into blue a little bit. Not really. We'll stick to this one. There were some chests I just unlocked though too. Employee collector capacity. I'm gonna have to like build my way up. Drop some rubies out of that chest. There was another chest. I don't think I even care at this point. It's not worth it to go all the way back to find it. There's more chests to be found. Halfway through the day, and we are not quite actually halfway to our coal quota, but that's because our super collector hasn't got home yet. Once they do, I think the coal quota will be long gone. We're gonna take another 3% wet damage and maybe work our way down to the blue a little bit. See, there we go. My big collector must have gone home because now we have 30,000 out of the 18,000 we need. I just got a flamethrower way down here. Actually, quite a strong flamethrower. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should be using flamethrowers more because this thing really is quite strong. I think it was an emerald flamethrower. Okay, also just got a blue, a diamond minigun, which is really strong. Can we get into red layer with this? We actually might be able to. It is that strong. Yeah, we're gonna mine a little bit in there. Yeah, that actually worked a little bit. Us, however, we can go through reds, but not quick enough to like stay ahead of the collectors. The 8% wet damage though, definitely. Finding so many amethysts. I really should be using the water gun more. It does spray big enough that it really makes a difference. 3% wet damage again. We could probably wet and burn things really badly because I think blocks stay wetted forever. So if we just wet them, light them on fire, we could just move on. Another 3% wet damage. Our wet damage is currently at plus 32%. So it does 132% extra damage. And we're already doing a lot. I'm going to put the collector speed up by 6% as well, just to make sure they're getting a boost. We're definitely going to take the rubies. Those are worth a lot. We got about 15 seconds left. I'm just going to send the collector home because the big one might only be half full or something. So instead of him just collecting for the rest of the round, he's going to take it home. 50% mining damage for myself. We're not going to get these rubies anyway. Might as well focus on the chests. And we're going to get mining speed. We have 18,000 coal, 84,000 coal. Look at those values already. 84,000, 50,000, 50,000, 20,000, 60,000. All those amethysts I saw. Basically, we made $340,000 today. I think we've earned our next pickaxe, 165,000. Gold pickaxe. That is a little over 3 times our current damage, which is obviously a lot. I'm also going to get another mighty collector. You know what? I'm going to get one more mighty collector. No, we can't quite afford that. But we can get 2 of those at least. The basic flamethrower is quite cheap. It does 240 damage over 12 seconds. The ungodly flamethrower does 360,000 over 18 seconds. Is that a lot? It doesn't seem like a lot of damage, does it? I've got the gold pickaxe now, so it doesn't really matter. Wow, look how much ground we're moving. I kind of want that chest. See, we got 5% extra damage because of that. We got super collectors as well, so we're going to have to work really hard to stay ahead of them. Basically, we just got to distract them. Lots and lots and lots of stuff for them to go for. I'm going to hold left click and jump around like a maniac. This pickaxe feels good. I don't know if I'll need the water gun for a while because we're one-shotting everything anyway. We'll take another 5% sprint speed. Could have almost taken money instead there too, but I don't know how much money they're going to give us. Poison damage, wet damage again. We'll work down to this layer now. That's generally how we do it. We just go back and forth a few times because look at all this. This is just free. Well, there is 10% fire damage if we do want to try the fire strategy, which we might. We're obviously getting pretty rich as we go. We need 28,000 coal. We currently have 0. I just picked up a shotgun. I'm actually just going to not use that. The shotgun won't be as good as this. The shotgun's very powerful for a few tiles right in front of me. This is just much better. The collectors are keeping up with me. They caught up. That means we got to get back to work. This pickaxe, actually, the electricity might lose some effectiveness as we get lower. I don't know if the clusters of stuff are as big down low. Ooh, flamethrower. Yeah, okay, we gotta get down. I don't know if... I wish I knew what flamethrower this was so I know whether or not to buy one. Because this one is really good. 10% pickaxe mining speed. Right back to work. Pretty sure once my collectors go back, our coal quota is going to be smashed. We do need 28,000. Poison thing. I don't know if I want to do this or not. I guess I can go like this and hope that it breaks enough to make it worth it. So even a ruby, yeah, I don't need to water even on this layer, I think. Maybe for that? Nah, it's not necessarily worth it. 15% fire damage. The clusters of ore do seem a little bit smaller here, but there's probably like 10 times the ore per node, so I think it's worth it, especially if we can mine it this quickly. No problemo. Employee collector speed and player mining damage are further 15% on top of what's already enormous. Oh yeah, some of the collectors made it home. Because they dumped off, well, we now have 50,000 coal. They were catching up. I think we broke down into this layer, and this layer just seems to be a lot more productive for us. If I get a better water gun, I'll probably use it a lot more. Like this one will spray a little ways, but I feel like it's still not worth it to constantly pull it out for that extra half a second it takes. Another 15%. I don't want a shotgun. Shotguns just aren't going to be my friend. My pickaxe is like a super shotgun. I'm actually going to send my collectors back right now. I don't know how long it takes them to make the trip back, but last time they almost didn't, so I just want to be sure they're dumping off. Another chest, more wet damage. The collectors definitely won't be anywhere near full again, but they are back here keeping up with me, so let's just mine some of those beautiful amethysts and send them on the way. Go home. We're going to mine some of the red blocks to see if we can. We actually can if we water them. That's interesting. I might work into the red zone now. There's some pink diamonds, so you guys absolutely go home. I didn't expect to find pink diamonds so soon. Okay, we're going to water all those and pickaxe time because we're going to get huge amounts of value here. Okay, you guys go home too. I just got a pink diamond pickaxe electric, so we're tearing through that. $150,000 in coal. $518,000 for the day. Safe to say we've earned a ruby pickaxe. We're going to jump from 10,000 to 30,000 damage. With our remaining money, I am going to promote another one of my collectors. So we're going to have 3 mighty collectors. Our damage has gone up a lot. It's going to be hard to even like touch these chests at this point. Their collector capacity has gone up. We just hold left click and move downwards really. I'll take the money out of that. What did that give me? Only $40, so it's really worth it. Whoops, I meant to take wet damage and I think I missed. Perfectly okay. The collectors should be able to keep up given how many there are. But we got to work down to the red layer. 5% mining damage, which is getting just stupidly big at this point, and it shows. We're just decimating everything. Collector speed 4%. I need them moving up and down very quick. We got some of the big chunks in this level taken out. We got to go down to the blue stuff. Yeah, that's better. Now we'll get ahead again. 15% player damage. What are we at with that? We are at 145% speed and 200% damage already. This could be the kind of build that takes us stupidly far down there. I kind of want that chest. Oh, I got it anyway. I don't even know what was in it. Some kind of gems. Sprint speed perhaps? And then we just get right back to work, mining everything. Staying out of the collectors, and that's a really good sign. We do need 40,000 coal. Well, we're actually suddenly halfway there. 15% more pickaxe mining speed. Whoops, I'm falling down. We're mining too quickly at this point. I can't like... okay, I gotta slow down for a sec. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're mining too quick. They're like, I'm just mining the world out from underneath me. What did I get? Oh, that's kind of fun. Oh yeah, this could help us go down into another layer perhaps. Can we soften that up for us a little bit? Down we go. So this layer might be a bit of a water and go. I'm not sure yet. Well, either way, we're going through it quite quickly. Not going to be a problem. 4% wet damage. We're just going to stack up the damage multipliers like that. Whoops, it's maybe still too slow in this layer. The coal is very satisfying though. We can get lots of coal out of here, but at this point I need to be mining more than the coal. We've already doubled our quota. 20% collector speed. They're going to be getting pretty quick. Although now that I'm in here, I'm mining less quickly, but the collectors still aren't keeping up. So I think we're finding enough of the materials that we're still staying ahead of them. I actually want to pick a water gun. We're mining just raw diamonds at this point too. I think my favorite part of all this is he's doing this with a pickaxe, like his own 2 hands and hard work is mining him through all this. That chest just dropped some pink diamonds. Those are obviously going to be worth a lot. If I could just find like 1 trillion more of those, please. More wet damage. We're going to stack some really big multipliers with all that damage. Collectors might be catching up a little bit, but that's okay. We're towards the end of the day. I think I just found a pink diamond pickaxe too, so that's as strong as we can get, pretty sure. At least currently, so let's just keep plowing on down. Wow, look at it all. Collector speed another 8%. They'll be flying around. Got some pink diamonds out of the ground too. Those I think are the most valuable thing we can mine. And a nice little flamethrower. I gotta send the collectors back actually before anything. The flamethrower is not really gonna matter. We're out of time. By the time that stuff burns through, the collectors won't have time. Collector capacity another 8%. Look, there's a pink diamond up there. It's so sad that we're not gonna be able to take that home. You know what? Whatever. You guys go home. We got 345,000 coal. The values are in the hundreds of thousands generally now. Total for the day, 2 million. And we've unlocked a new profession entirely. In fact, we've unlocked a few new professions. Still can't afford the diamond pickaxe. We're a few $1,000,000 away. And what I will take is a powerful water gun, which is going to water considerably more tiles. Out with the old, in with the new. I think I'm going to try a gamble on the powerful flamethrower. That costs 720,000, but I do want to try it for a few bursts. I'm also going to sell all of my platforms. I don't think I want them any. I got to be careful how I do this. Okay, those are gone. Aside from that, I'm going to get a 4th mighty collector. You know what? While we're at it, we're going to work our way up the chain to get a 5th mighty collector to try and keep up with us better. I don't know if the fire is really going to make a difference, but we'll know once we get down there. We're going to get an extra 5% fire damage. We just need to go straight to the bottom. It's not worth it for us to mine these layers anymore. As fun as it is and satisfying as all this is, we need the nodes down deeper. Blue and red. So let's try the flamethrower real quick. And all that is burning. Maybe if I could just do that and like open up all the edges like that, it has a pretty good reach. I don't know if it's going to be faster than my other thing. Player mining damage up another 15% and wet damage 3%. So if I use the water gun and then burn it, those will go quicker. I still don't know if that's quicker. Like I feel like just using a good old fashioned pickaxe is going to be enough to decimate everything. We'll stick to the pickaxe for now. 15% mining damage. We do have the better water gun, I guess. So like we're watering a big area, but we use that in the red zone. This zone is going to be our bread and butter for a minute. Even the like golden weapons we're getting out of the chest aren't as good. This is just going to be the way to go. Using our good old fashioned pickaxe. We can get another 15% speed still. It's so quick already. We got a temporary diamond pickaxe. I think these are all wet tiles actually. There's probably a strategy for that actually. If we like wet them all and then go flamethrower them all, they'll all burn in a giant area. Collector speed. I'm sort of curious to try that actually. Like if I just run all this way, we'll wet all that. This might not be the most efficient way of doing it, but it could be a giant area. Okay, we shouldn't wet all that. Good enough. Now we just fire all that. Is that a dumb or good idea? I really can't tell at this point. We can light a lot of things on fire. I don't know if they'll actually break all the way or not though too with fire. Will they? Is fire strong enough to do that? It can spray a long ways though too. I legitimately don't know. It's different. And we did so much upgrades. Collector speed 6% with our pickaxe. So like the damage is there. We could use a combination of all of them though. Get them wet, get them burning, and then pickaxe them. Especially when you get into the really tough tiles. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I gotta move that. So that's gonna go there. So now we can go water, fire, pickaxe. Don't know if that's faster. And there's something satisfying about just running around. Yeah, these I'm pretty sure were on fire and didn't burn all the way through. I don't know. Yeah, we're fine to just run around with the pickaxe for now. Once we get into the really hard tiles, then we'll start stacking up all the damage types. We don't have time for experimenting. We got money to make. I want 15% sprint speed as well. Extra collector capacity. Oh, we got all the way back into this zone again. Collector speed 4%. We gotta get deeper again then. Too shallow. We're 50% over the coal quota, and this was even a pretty experimental run. I think we should be in the red at this point. We can just be using the water gun and this. I gotta remember I've rebound the keys or put them in a different inventory slot. The water gun is gonna be key to these lower layers though, it seems. Like those upper ones are still burning. They weaken quite a lot, but yeah, they won't actually break the higher tier blocks like the diamond. Maybe if I'd increase fire damage more along the way, that would be worth it. But for now, especially with our pickaxe damage, we're better off just to use this thing. This thing's a monster. Collector speed goes up again. More water, more mining. There was a giant note of ruby there somewhere. Don't even know where that came from, but that was nice. 20% more mining damage. Yeah, so the collectors still aren't keeping up. Oh, I gotta send them up actually. You guys grab all that, go to the top. So they are sort of keeping up, but they were just behind. That's actually a really good sign. 4% wet damage. I did mess around a lot more on this run. So we're only gonna get 400 something thousand coal. Okay, you guys go to the top. More hundreds of thousands. We didn't get that many emeralds, curiously. We did still make $2 million. And that means if we sell our powerful flamethrower, because I don't like it, that opens up the diamond electric pickaxe. Curiously, it's a big jump up in strength. We're going to go from 30,000 to 200,000. So it's over 6.5 times as strong. 6.5. Given that we're going to be so strong, we're going to buy another super collector and another half a super collector. Actually, another full one. So we got 7 mega mighty collectors. This should help us get down there. We need another, yeah, I was just thinking we need another 5% speed. Straight to the bottom. I don't even care about the chests. You know what? I do care a little bit about the chests. What damage or mining speed? 10%. I don't know if it's worth it to be grabbing these or not. Mining speed. Yeah, whatever. If they're convenient, we'll grab them. If they're not, they're not. We're not going to need any water for a while. We're going to be able to go through lots of layers. We need to go right down to red probably. We should be able to smash out red now very quick. While also grabbing a few... there's wet damage. I found another one of the golden weapons. I don't want it. We'll take wet damage again. Back down we go. Straight to the bottom. Non-stop. Give me that. I don't want one of those. The collectors are very much keeping up with us, so we got to get down into red zone. Yeah, our new pickaxe should be more than up to the task of this, even without the wet. Yeah, this feels right. We're going to go crazy here. Our coal quota is 120,000. I don't think that's going to be much of a problem. I don't know what every node drops us at this point, but it's going to be a lot. Am I holding anything valuable? We'll drop the sapphires at least. I might as well hold coal. Let my collectors bring all the good stuff up. There was a giant bunch of rubies there. There's a bunch of diamonds. There's a bunch of gold. And another 20% pickaxe mining damage. So we're at 280%, basically triple damage on our pickaxe. That's also why when we're picking up like the golden weapons, they don't seem that good because our pickaxe is just so stupid. There's another 20% speed as well. 20% faster again. I can't really even control like what we're doing really. I'm just sort of guiding myself in hopefully the right direction. I don't even want a pink diamond minigun, believe it or not. This is better. This is miles better. I want to try money. That gave us $2,000, which really isn't much anymore. There's a pink diamond there. I need to keep an eye out for those too, because this is good for a big burst of things. Pink diamonds tend to show up by themselves. We're probably actually leaving lots of them behind. Not really going to be a big deal. We're getting our value just out of bulk things. More wet damage as well. Oh yeah, we already hit our coal quota. We already got 3 times the coal quota. We're not even halfway through the day. There was a cluster of pink diamonds. That seems a little bit rare. Collector speed can go up a further 8%. That's not going to hurt anything at all. I don't want any of your magic stuff. I simply want to be mining with my pickaxe. That's all I want. More pickaxe damage actually is what I want. This is going to be a lot of money. So we'll work our way deeper in this layer. I've been going back and forth a little bit. I want to work my way down to the next layer to see how that's feeling. Then we can make the appropriate adjustments. I guess poison damage 20% in case we do decide to use poison at some point. I don't want flamethrower. The fire is just weak compared to me at this point. It's electric pickaxe or nothing. Fire damage 20%. Probably collector capacity. 4% wet damage is good. Wet damage has got to be getting up there. 70%. So it's doing way more damage again than where it started. We'll do another 4% wet damage. We're just going to have to get crazy damage. Pickaxe damage is going up another 20%. So we have even more damage. I know I said I was going to work my way deeper and I intend to. I just get really distracted by all the piles of stuff everywhere. I just got another 20% collector movement speed, which is a big one. Fire damage, I guess. I don't know. Just give me the money at that point. I don't even care. We're starting to get pretty full up, but we're pretty deep. So I'm actually going to send my guys back to the top. Collector speed. That's going to help them get there. Here you guys go. I'm just going to see how far I am to the next layer. Straight down. There we go. So, whoops. We're going to water that. Okay, we can actually mine through this. If it's watered, yeah, we can go through this. I don't know if it's worth it with the speed we're going, but we can get into it. How long does it take us to break the rubies? Yeah, we're getting through them. It might be worth it to hit that layer, especially considering our earnings, which are getting up there. We got almost $1 million in gold. $5,600,000. One thing I do want to buy is the miner whistle. Blow to teleport a random miner to your location. Hold to summon lots. I didn't see over here. There's a new like this elementalist guy we can actually buy. He shoots poison and water glob every half a second. So we can actually water stuff for us. We can summon him to us. So we're going to buy one of those. Then we're going to buy probably 5 of those, and then 5 of those, 5 of those, 5 of those, and then 5 of these guys for nearly $1 million. They're going to help us mine. They do 200,000 damage. You know what? We're going to do that whole process again. 5 of everyone up to the super miner. We're going to have 10 of them. The collectors were keeping up, but not super greatly. Let's do 5 of these if we can too. 5, 5, 5, and 5. I'm really hoping we can just go straight down to the bottom, basically to the hard layers, and we're going to summon the miners to us at that point. Should we pick up some of these chests probably, huh? But straight to the bottom, sort of. Okay, don't want that. Definitely don't want that. Yeah, we are going to take collector capacity. We put so many investments into ourselves, though. It's still hard to understand if it's worth it. We only need 250,000 coal, so we can definitely not do super well here. That's not a lot of coal is the point I'm trying to make. I'm going to go straight down to the bottom of this layer, actually, and then we're going to put the miners to work trying to go straight down. Because I know we'll get way more resources per block in the next area. It's just a little bit slow to get. 20% mining speed. We're still going to be far and away the most damage for ourselves. But if I get like 90 miners all in the same block, that's going to add up as well. Getting distracted by chests, but if these are giving potentially 20% extra damage, how could I ignore them? The collectors are keeping up though. That's a good sign considering how many there are. 20% more mining damage for us. Oh, 40% more mining damage for us. 40%. That is such a superly big increase in 2 chests in 10 seconds. Player mining speed, 20% more. Okay, we're at the next layer now, so we can actually go through this. But we gotta press 4 to summon all these guys here, and they'll be wetting things and poisoning them for us. I can also help with the wetting. Okay, so between everyone, I think this will be okay. We basically already have the coal we need. Whoops, didn't mean to send those guys up. Oh, there's a big cluster of pink diamonds over there. I'm gonna go for that myself. They can continue mining over there, but I can continually direct them. Giant pink diamonds here. They're kind of wandering around a little bit, but I can continue to like steer them a little bit. Yeah, when I'm helping, we go through this stuff. And my lightning also damages it a lot. I'm assuming we just get a lot out of these. My little employee is supposed to have the water gun. Isn't really doing a lot with it. It's hard to tell. He doesn't have a very big water gun. Maybe I should get one more of the waterers. They're firing the poison gun around, I guess. So that counts for something. Well, when we're all in the same block, it does... We do get somewhere. Should I be mining pink diamonds? Probably. I feel like we're going to make a ton of money off those. They're actually quite hard for us to mine. And all of our collectors aren't actually keeping up with us. Definitely finding the coal we need. That's no problem. There's a diamond over there. There's rubies over there. I need more collectors apparently. Which is crazy considering how many we have. I'm not going to wander too far to either side. I just want to get some easy like valuables while I'm there. And we're going to stick right back to helping them. It's such a pile of all sorts of stuff here. We hit the coal quota very easily though. There's some pink diamonds to left. I will wander a little ways for those. There's just too much value in them. I can't leave them behind. My miners are getting a little sidetracked. We need to golden whistle them. Get over here. Yep, perfect. Straight down we go. They're still getting sidetracked. Whoops. You guys get... Yeah, there we go. That's better. Ooh, there is a cluster of pink diamonds down to the left. We gotta get over to that. And also, where are my collectors? We're not even gonna get all those. It's a giant cluster that we can't even touch. That's so sad. I guess I just get the satisfaction of mining all this for now. We did get 1.2 million coal, so that means we got a lot of other stuff as well. We got $1 million in many things. Where's the pink diamonds? $5 million, and we left so many behind. About 14 million in total. And that means we can get that pink diamond electric pickaxe, 500,000 damage, as opposed to 200,000, so 2.5 times our current damage. Now, as far as the guys are concerned, I'm gonna buy 20 more collectors. That's gonna jump them up to 32 from 12. Just about triples their number. I'm also gonna buy one more of the elementalist. You know what? I'm gonna buy 2 more of them. And then we're gonna buy a whole bunch of miners to help me. We're gonna buy 30, 30, 30, 30, and 14 because we can't afford the rest. But we'll have 16 more basic idiots. And then we'll see how this goes. It'll just take us a second to fall to the bottom, and then we'll summon all of our miners down there to help. I'm thinking 3 times the collectors though. If they can't keep up, that would be ridiculous. I'm also doing 2.5 times the damage, and I was far and away the most DPS last round. Alright, they've shown up. There's also a giant pink diamond thing. I am summoning them all to my location. And I'm gonna go mine these pink diamonds because I'm greedy. That's going well. Yep, good. We're tearing those up. So my collectors will grab those up nice and quick. Okay, they're starting to wander a little bit. I'm going to reel them back into our slot. Okay, we've summoned them back in. It might just be that there's so many of them that they can't really keep themselves organized. There's regular diamonds too. We'll get those. They're actually able to mine pretty good without me now. But I will still wander around with the pink diamonds. Now, there's some regular diamonds up there. Probably should get too. Regular diamonds will be able to mine quicker than pink diamonds and will still be quite valuable. The collectors aren't keeping up. Might still need more collectors, believe it or not. There's pink diamonds up there. So many pink diamonds. This pickaxe is so stupidly strong. There's a single pink diamond up there. I'm not going to bother for a single node. I will get all these though. And got ahead of them all again. Got to summon him right back here. They're definitely doing some damage. They actually got away from me there. There's a really big, whatever that was, iron or something. We got 1.6 million coal. I need more collectors still. We're already down to the next layer again. I don't know if I go through this or not. Even with all of us grinding on this, we're not really going anywhere. But I bet if we break like 1 node of that, we've hit like the jackpot. I'm gonna leave them working on that for a second. I've got some big diamonds over here I'm gonna go get greedy with. Where's all my collectors? I need them to show up again. This is also pink diamond in this next yellowy green stuff. Where's all my miners? Get over here. Help me mine this. Yeah, there you guys go. Mine everything here. There's so many things I need to be mining. There's regular diamonds here. Yeah, I'm back to the pink diamonds. Even with triple the collectors, they can't keep up. We do have 2.5 million coal. Yeah, I'm still not strong enough to mine through the green blocks. Like there's a pink diamond green block I've been mining forever. I can't get through it. And that's with all of these guys on top of it as well. The more troubling thing is sort of the collectors. So I'm actually going to send them to the surface right now. And that way they'll take whatever they've got. There's just a lot of material sitting behind, which is crazy considering we still got all that coal. You know, even without water and everything and the help, I can mine through this layer quite good. Getting 3 million of some things, and there's 7 million in the pink diamonds, 30 million. I'm not sure how many more of these guys I'm allowed to buy. We should buy the rest of these guys actually to make sure they're up. So we got 43 plus 32. Can we just, how many? Oh, maybe we're allowed to buy more now. Oh, we can. Oh, look, suddenly we're allowed to buy more. Oh, this will be good. Okay. I need like, what does 100 of these cost? 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 10 million. Oh, that's easy. We can't afford that many of these probably, so we're going to buy 20 at a time. 20, 20, 20, 20, and 20. So we could do that a few more times actually. I don't know if it was the other character or whatever, but I could not buy this many before. Whoops, didn't mean to buy him. So with that many actually, I think we can just keep going until the game gives up on us. At least I hope that's the case. And I don't know if the collectors can still keep up, but we can keep buying. We'll keep making more money. We need 1 million coal. Okay, we made it to the bottom. We're going to use a golden whistle to summon everyone we can here. I think that's all of them. It's hard to say. Down we go. Oh, look at all the pink diamonds over there. Whoops, didn't mean to blow that one. Off we go. The collectors did actually just make an appearance, so that's a very promising sign. They're keeping up so far, but we're going to get a lot more out of these layers. There are so many miners. We're getting so much damage down. I'm really curious to try and get into the next layer, though. Like, I know we're going to get this stupid amount of materials out of there. But when I see all these pink diamonds over here, I can't help myself. We've already hit our coal quota. We've got 3 times our coal quota. I don't even know if I have my miners down here anymore. We're going to resummon them to make sure they're working down here where we need them. I keep losing them behind me. They keep falling back up. We're touching down on green layer again. There is a pink diamond node to my left over there. We might try and dig into that. These guys are too spread out right now. I need them, well, they're going to spread out anyway. Fine. I think I see a crack forming in the block I'm breaking. I think it is just iron, so it's not like a crazy hard to break block. I'm going to mine these diamonds for a sec just in case the collectors do catch up again. They're still not keeping up, even with everything I'm doing. They're actually breaking through some of these blocks, and that's a good sign. I just need a lot more collectors suddenly. I've summoned them all right here on top of the pink diamond block. I don't know if they're all working on it, but we can at least try. The day ended. Sadly, we did not mine through the pink diamond I was going for, but we did make $156 million. So I'm going to buy literally 200 of these, 200 of these, 200 of you, 200 of you, and 200 of you for $20 million. And then I'm going to do that again. Literally again, another 200. So we're going to have 532 collectors. Now we'll do 200 miners as well. You can never have too many miners. That would cost $30 million by the end. One more time there. That's going to help me mine downwards. 400 of these guys, 500 of these. So we have almost 1,000 helpers. I probably do want... Oh, we're actually out of money. Never mind. Sell them. We got an achievement for hiring 1,000 employees. We need 1.7 million coal, so we're going to be okay. My beautiful followers are following me down. I had a feeling about this chest, and pickaxe mining speed 20%. It's actually quite big, but I need to be focusing downwards. Look at them all. They're just like an erosion acid going through the ground. And I didn't even summon them to me. They just happened to make their way here by themselves. Okay, is there a particular spot I want to work down? Nope, this will work. We'll wet the ground and let them feed. There's actually enough of them now. I don't know if I really need to do much mining myself anymore now that I look at that. There are some pink diamonds I kind of want, but you know what? I don't think anything's going to stop them. They're also auto-watering the ground. That's not me doing it. The collectors seem to be keeping up. So far I'm okay with this result. They're going to find a lot of different materials here. And that's okay by me. The collectors are going to be busy, but I got a lot of collectors, to be fair. I would be really impressed if the collectors could keep up. We already have 11 million coal, otherwise known as 5 times the quota. Well over 5 times the quota, actually. The collectors are actually keeping up. They just came to get everything I just dumped off. That's a good sign. We're getting so much material. I need those pink diamonds. We made it back to the green zone, our nemesis. And we're halfway through the day, but I'm going to bring all of my miners down here. There's all the army of collectors. Listen to that sound. That's amazing. We'll see if they're able to get through this stuff. The collectors did actually catch up, so that's a good sign. We need more miners to balance that out. What I want is to break this pink diamond node right here. So I'm actually going to summon them all over here. Get over here. They're glitching out and going upwards too. Not sure the game loves this, but it'll deal with it. They did manage to mine some of those green nodes. Like they legitimately are. I can mine some of these maybe? I can't even tell what they're mining anymore. I think this one is a pink diamond one though, and I really want to break one. Oh, it did break. Yeah, we finally broke a pink diamond in this zone. Okay, that's good for us. Now we're going to focus back here again, because I just need these collectors carrying something. Honestly, I've got to come over here somewhere. I got to go back up again, because it's inefficient to be mining that next area for the rest of this run. So miners, go crazy. And now I can just float around this layer for the rest of this. We've got 33 million coal, so it's more or less just a victory lap. We just got ahead of the collectors again at the end, strangely. I assume these guys over here probably got into the green zone and, yeah, overwhelmed the carriers with whatever they're collecting down there. They might know something I don't. They got $391 million in pink diamonds. We made nearly $1 billion from that run alone. And we're definitely going to upgrade all of them to full dudes. We need more carriers apparently, so we'll buy an extra, like, I don't know, 500. Is that going to be too expensive? 500, 500, 500. I can't be bothered. Wow, that wasn't actually that bad. How many of these can we afford? Oh, we can still get tons more. As for these guys, can we get like 1,000 more? What's that going to cost? That's 2 million. That's 10 million. This is 100 million. We can only get 1,000 more for 150 million apparently. Are we maxed out on dudes? Oh, we're maxed out on dudes. I'm going to swap this around a little bit. Can I sell a small amount of these? It looks like I can. Okay, we're going to sell 200 of these. Okay, then we're going to buy 200 of these. So we'll buy 200 there. Whoops. That many. Now we're maxed out again. 1,300 collectors, 1,700 miners. Not sure what happened there. And only $400 million left over that I can't really buy anything with because nothing else here would be worth it. I didn't count how many employees I have, but it's a lot. They're starting to fall down the hole with me. We need 3 million coals. I can increase my mining damage a further 20%. I'm going to grab a few chests on the way down because this is one of the few upgrades we get. Okay, never mind. I can't even like reach the ground anymore. They're just dissolving the ground. There's another 20% mining damage. I was hoping to get that chest. Okay, never mind. I don't need to touch the ground anyway, guys. Wet damage 4% is actually a big one. I can't get to the chests. All right. We're back on a harder layer, so now I can funnel them in wherever I want. And where I want them is mostly where I'm able to water. And they can water themselves a little bit too. They are, even on this layer, they're going crazy. Like, look at this. This is the black layer, and they're going through it this quickly. Like, the whole thing. That's wild. We have 5.5 million coal already. Like, they're taking it out faster than I can even water it at this point. They're so strong. I'm very impressed that I, like, don't have to do anything. I think we're going to have to head down for the next layer, though, anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and take the lead. I was hoping to find, yeah, there's pink diamonds right there. We might head for that. I'm going to actually move everyone over here and get them working down right here if I can. So, idiots, everyone here. I think I got them all here, so down we go towards those pink diamonds. This is the max amount of miners. The collector's always showing up, so they will catch up with us soon. Because we can't mine through these blocks very quick at all. The funny part is we have 55 million coal already. We did just mine through one of the pink diamond blocks. I think I'm standing on the next. The miners might have moved on. They seem to be just going ever downwards. The other one did break. Alright, so let's water our way down. You know what? Everyone get right here. Am I blowing my whistle? Hello? I think, yeah, I'm spawning into me. I'm gonna keep spawning into me right here to try and go straight down. Nah, that doesn't really work. It's hard to control this many idiots. We've officially passed 100 million coal. I don't know how to get all the way through this layer. 900 million for this go. I can buy up to 2.6 million of these. So maybe you're limited on how many of the upper ones you can buy. How many am I allowed to buy? 0. How many of these am I allowed to buy? 0, but I could buy the lesser ones. Apparently, because I could buy like, what did it say for that? Okay. 2.6 million interns. 2.6 million. I'm not entirely sure what's about to happen, but I'm really excited. I think 2.6 million interns is likely just going to get in the way, so I'll summon them to the bottom. Like, they're going to make a big mess up here. I don't know what's happening. Straight down we go. My collectors are going to be awfully busy, so I need to hire actually more of the less quality collectors. Oh, now they're all coming down. The better miners will also start to spawn. I don't know if there's enough time to spawn millions of miners. I probably should have bought the wings so I can collect more chests to give the miners more damage. Yeah, that's maybe something I gotta work on. Collector speed, 8%. Has everyone spawned in? I guess so. Okay, everyone's spawned to me. I don't know if I can summon 1 million players to my position. I don't know if we have time to do that. Wet damage can go up for sure. Trying to collect some of these chests along the way. Don't need that. They're mining such a big area. They did not make it into the harder stuff. I do think they'll be able to get through it. Don't know where the bigger miners are though. Maybe over here. You see their diamond pickaxes actually. I'm probably just gonna go around watering a little bit on this one. These guys don't have any hopes. They just don't have the damage to go through this anyway. We'll upgrade them to better miners though. Hey, there we go. Employee miner damage 8%. It's these guys over here, or wherever all the strong ones are. Coal quota is not there yet. I don't know if the game loves what's happening though. Like there's like damage going out there that no one's actually touching. I don't know if all the miners are actually spawning in properly or not. Employee miner speed plus 20%. That's for all of them. I'm a little concerned that we have 0 coal so far. 0. I don't know what my collectors are doing, but they might have bugged out. There's a lot of damage going to a lot of different things as well. I don't know where it's coming from. We're not looking at 1.2 million miners though, so I think a lot of them just aren't really rendering. I'm gonna try and summon them all here. You can see the effect they have. Like we can bring them all here and they're gonna plow themselves downwards quite quickly. And we finally delivered some coal somehow. We got 26 million in. I really don't know what's happening. We just jumped up to 43 million coal. I'm gonna try and bring all the miners down here. You see all the blocks lighting up for the damage they're doing. Yeah, like they decimate the area once they're all here. I'm gonna send my guys back for a sec because 53 million coal is not good enough. In theory though, if we did buy 1 million miners and even they're doing 1 damage, that's 1 million DPS per second. Honestly, I have no idea what just happened. That was such a messy disaster. We only made 500 million. But I'm gonna get 3,000 better collectors and 3,000 better collectors again, and 3,000. Actually, can I go that way? I wonder if I can get those. We're gonna get some fast collectors. That's gonna be 150 million. Nope, these are still full. But we definitely can still get a lot more collectors and also more miners, I suppose. We want to buy, say, I don't know, 3,000. Whoops, 3,003. That's fine. 3,003 and that many. Okay, so we got 3,000 fast collectors, 1,300 to those. The mining things are more divided. I don't know if I want this many of these guys. They sort of seem to just be working against us for now, so I'm going to sell 2.6 million of those. Literally all of them. Make them go away. There we go. We got $650 million rebate. So instead we're going to buy, I don't know, 5,000 of these, 5,000 of these, 5,000 of these, and 5,000 of those. Can we buy more here? Oh yeah, you got to front load them. Maybe that's why I couldn't get more collectors. Am I just being stupid with this all? I might be, legitimately. To be fair, I have been at this for some time, and I have to get tired at some point. Alright, down we go. We need 20 million coal. Collectors hopefully have the capacity to keep up. Okay, we get to here. We're going to give these guys some water and just let them go. If we can mine a strip this wide through the dark tiles, we'll be stupidly rich. The game is actually lagging pretty hard at this point, so that's wonderful. Yeah, the game is not loving this, but it is holding on. I just realized I'm only using the powerful water gun too. I'm not even using the best water gun. This round's going much better. I think because we actually have a reasonable amount of miners and they're all quite good. We got 37 million coal so far. Yeah, I still want to go deeper though. We're going to try and pull these guys down with us. Okay, I made it to the bottom, soak the tiles. Let's summon all of our idiots here to see if they can break through these green tiles reasonably quick. They're putting a lot of damage down. They're so hard to break these. The collectors, yeah, are actually keeping up. They just took everything. That means we need more miners. We needed 20 million coal. We have over 200 million. That was quite a day. We got $500 million just in gold. I also got an achievement for that because we got $1 billion in one day. We got, in fact, almost $3 billion in a single day. And it definitely looks like I can buy a lot more miners if I want to. Like if I try and buy as many as I can there, that's 400 million to buy another just 3,000 miners. So let's buy another 5,000 to begin and work our way up with, wait, 5,000? Why not? No, I'm not allowed again. I'm not really sure what's happening with that. The game is bugging. Yeah, now it lets me do it. I'm probably just overlooking some low-level mechanic. But there we go. We got 10,000 miners. I do also probably want to buy 100 of the squirty boys just to make sure they're watering things nicely for everyone. Oh, speaking of water, I need a few things myself. I need my wings And then I need my better water gun. I hope we can spare the $1 million. Powerful water gun away. Ungodly water gun for me. We have $1 billion left over. Can we actually turn these all into... We actually can turn these all into super collectors. All right, well, we got lots of those again. We should probably turn these into lightning collectors as well if we can. I still don't understand the number. Oh, that's maybe how much of your money you're spending. Or how many you can buy, like your current capacity based on what's below. Oh, so you could maybe just keep going and going and going and going. 52 million to turn those in. So we gotta buy... How many more? 1,000? Can we get 1,000 all the way to the top? 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000. Actually, we can do that one more time. And I do want to do that one more time. You can never have too many miners. Well, we almost got enough. We're out of money, but you get the idea. We have over 20,000 employees. I'm going to start mining down, but they're going to catch up and then blow past me any moment. I will grab some chests now they have the wings. Like there's an extra 15% damage for us, which is our damage is already insane. Don't want this. Employee miner damage 8%, so the 25,000 employees just got a giant bonus. They're going to work their way down while I'm just floating around grabbing chests. Wet damage is big. I can hear the sound from here, like the sound of them all chiseling away. Player mining damage 20%. That's definitely big for us. We need 50 million coal. We want probably pickaxe damage. We still do a lot ourselves. All right, well, they're working their way down now. And we got our ungodly water gun, so we can move even more. Wow, they are decimating this layer. They're doing it, they're so wide. Like, look how long it takes me just to go back and forth across the strip they're mining. The game's lagging, but bear with me. We'll keep it going. They're still going deeper over here. There's so many of them. Yeah, at this point, there's really not any point in me mining, I think, other than to help them go down in a specific area. But we already hit our coal quota. The collectors seem to be keeping up perfectly well with this as well. Now that we've decimated our coal quota, we are going to... Actually, we're already close to this layer anyway. You know what? I might as well just let them finish. I'll be here momentarily. We just mined a massive strip through the dark tiles. Now I need to pick a spot to mine into the green tiles. There's a pink diamond right there, so I'm actually going to summon everyone right here. And they're hopefully just going to take out, well, basically everything. And they really actually are. They are destroying everything. There's so many of them. Yep, they're actually chewing through the green tiles. Fairly quickly at that. Now the collectors are busy again. They may not be able to keep up with the amount we're producing. Luckily, this should pay for a few upgrades for us. We can get more miners and collectors. We have over 500 million just in coal. In total, we wound up with 660 million coals. Now we're making almost $1 billion in lots of things. In gold, we did make $1 billion. We made 6.4 billion. And apparently, up to day 25, what have you done? We've destroyed the earth. You may eventually encounter performance issues by continuing. I accept. How many of these do we need? We have 6,000, 3,000. So let's add another 5,000 probably. And we'll work the 5,000s up. And 500 million. Wow, I thought that'd be more expensive. We're going to add another 5,000 on top of that. Just to be sure. 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, and 5,000. It costs 750 million. So we can actually afford another like 25,000. Does that sound right? We'll find out shortly. 25,000, 25,000. Oh, I was way wrong. Oh, you got to pay for the other ones though too. Duh. That's okay. We got more collectors. We got considerably more miners. We got double the amount of miners ready to move up. They're not as strong, but they'll certainly do their best. There was just a waterfall of employees and the waterfall's run out, but I can't find the ground again. That's a good problem to have. This time they're going to tear through the dark layer even quicker, and it certainly feels like it. Like I feel like I can't even water it really before. Yeah, I don't know if there's any point in watering this. I'm determined now to find out what's at the bottom of green layer. Although that coal quota just shoved up to 150 million. We can do that, but that's catching up to us. We made it to the green layer already. Except for this side. Wow, this is a really wide swath. But we're in the green layer. I'm going to try and summon all my guys right to this spot. And we're hopefully going to build a narrower trench because of it. I think they can only stack so many in one tile, and that's why they spread out like that. When they all put the damage together, though, it gets stupid. 150 million coal we've now broken. We got 500 million, and we're halfway through the day. I think at this point, I should just be a watering vessel. Collectors might be keeping up. It's close. If we get more miners, we probably got to get more collectors. There's a pretty good deposit of pink diamonds down below, so I want to see if I can get all my idiots here to get those. Looks like we'll get them. Okay, we already got half of them. It depends on where my miners are. They're the ones doing all the damage now. Upon further inspection, I think the collectors are actually, for the most part, keeping up. We have 1.7 billion coal. By the end of that day, that number has grown to 2.2 billion. So we're making $1 billion in basically everything we find. 26 billion. So these guys are all definitely getting a promotion. 20,000 more. So we've just basically doubled our super miners. Actually, can we just double them again? How much is 40,000 more these guys cost? 40,000, 40,000, 40,000, 40,000. That costs 6 billion. That's a lot of miners. All right, we got to do the same thing for our collectors then. I went at 40,000 collectors. We have 16,000 now, and that's a lot. That only costs 4 billion. All right, collectors should be fine again. We can't get that many miners, can we? If we could get another, actually, say 5,000 miners, I'd be happy with that amount. The game at some point is just straight up going to implode on us. That's 750. Actually, we can do quite a few more than that. Well, by the time we work our way all the way up, though, they get very expensive. We did climb up to 96,000. We all have almost 100,000 top-tier miners. Now we do, 101,000. Think about more the water guys, so they're a little more distributed, though, too. We have $1 billion left over. Can we afford just a simple 1,000 of these? Yeah, we sure can. That's not actually that expensive. I thought it was funny when we had 20,000 employees. So now we've got 200,000. And these are not weak employees. These are top tier employees. The game is just sort of blinking at this point. It just blinks and the ground drops. We're going to do probably wet damage because the ground should be made wet. Well, they're definitely eating up the red layer nice and quick. The collectors are staying busy. We don't really care about any of these fire damage. Employee miner speed, 20%. Oh, there's the man waterfall again. Employee mining damage, 8%. These are all adding up to really, really big bonuses for our already stupid amount of mining power. I should probably go check on what they're doing as well. The game is very jittery. Yeah, they're making their way to the black layer real quick. But we have like, I can't remember, like five or six times as many miners as we had the previous round. We do need 400 million coal, but I think we're gonna get there. These guys are eating this layer. The ones over here, yeah, we're going to be on green layer in any moment now. They have a hugely wide area. All right, we made it to the green layer. Time to start watering things. I don't know if the game is going to handle much more than this. Apparently over here, they were able to go extra deep. Yes, this is the frame rate you're seeing before us. It's actually better suddenly. Probably because they're not actually chewing through blocks at that rate. We get our coal quota. Tabitha is still waiting for 30 emeralds. We can't spare that. We're just about at the 2 billion coal that we had last round, and we're not even halfway through the day. I'm going to try and summon all the miners to a single spot. I want them to try and focus more in this area so we go down rather than outwards. That does actually seem to be working pretty well. Yep, we're able to... This is the green layer. We're going through it this quick. Keeping up with this strategy, we're just working our way straight down. I'm just holding down the whistle to summon them here. The collectors are also keeping up. We did it. We found the next layer. It's an orange layer. I bet it's really hard to dig through. But I bet we get a lot of material if we manage. Now they're a little more focused up again. It's really loud in my ears. Well, that's interesting. We have 10 billion coal. We can't mine to this next layer even with all these guys. We might be able to break a block or two though. Well, some of those blocks are actually breaking. Like there's a bunch of gold on the ground now. Hopefully the collectors can get those to the top. That'll be worth so much. Long story short, most of the materials are into the tens of billions of dollars. In gold in particular, we had about 35 billion. In total, $127 billion from a single run. I think that's enough that we could probably try and double the amount of miners we have. So add a few zeros there. 100,000, 100,000, 100,000, 100,000, 100,000. That's only 15 billion. We can easily double the numbers. All right, I also want to add 100,000 collectors because those are cheaper. That's only 10 billion. I kind of want to do that one more time. I hate running out of collectors. We need all the collectors we can get. All right, then these guys, let's try and add, 300,000. Don't know if we're going to get away with this. That's 30 billion. Oh, we're not going to get away with this because those are going to be way more. All right. What do we do here now? Let's add 100,000 of these if we can. That's 10 billion. 100,000 more is 15 billion there. So let's do the same thing again. 100,000 for 10 and then 15. All right, we got 100,000 left over here, but we can promote them. Promote as many of them as we can. So we went from 100,000 to 440,000. So suddenly we have almost 1 million employees again. Can you do something good? Collector capacity, I guess. We got lots of collectors. That extra capacity was like 1 trillion. We need 1.2 billion coal, but I'm feeling optimistic. Even this black layer now, they can mine it like as quick as we can touch it. At this point, I'm going to use my auto clicker and the whistle to just summon people perpetually to my position, and we're just going to mine downwards. And because we've improved from 100,000 to 400,000 miners, we very quickly made it down to the orange layer again. And I think we're going to go through this somewhat quickly. The collectors are absolutely keeping up. It is really loud still. We made 50 billion coal so far. It's weird in the menu because it's quiet again. $300 billion for the gold. We've earned $1 trillion in a single day. I got an achievement. 1,373,000,000,000. Can we buy 560,000 of those? 560,000 times those. That costs 56 billion. That only costs 84 billion actually. Yeah, we got 1 million miners. Can we just buy another million then? Is that going to work? Yep, that actually works. It's not even that expensive anymore. So we'll do that again. Load them up all the way up. And we're going to do the maximum amount there. So yeah, well, we're at, what did we just have? Like 400,000? We had 450,000. And now we're going to have a lot more. Yeah, 450,000. So after this, we're going to have over 10 times the amount. Over 10 times more. Also need to buy some more collectors then to keep up. Over 1 million collectors plus 100,000 of these kind. That'll be fine. Same thing again, straight to the bottom. The ground really is just blinking away at this point. Like I don't even see it for more than a frame before it just disappears. We're actually mining through the green layer so quick. I don't think I'm going to use my whistle here. We might actually move faster if they can just focus on mining rather than moving. We're back to the orange layer. Progress has slowed down, so I think I'm going to go back to the whistle trick. The frame rate is horrible. But now that we have 10 times the miners, we are actually going through the orange layer quite quickly. The only thing we've really concluded after 250 billion coal from this run is that we need more miners. $2.6 trillion. Given the many we bought last time, we got 5 million. Let's buy an additional 20 million. If we get this all the way to the top, yeah, we're going to times 5 the number of miners we had. Couldn't actually nowhere close to doing it. My tired math is getting worse. But we got 8 million there, 17 million there. That's kind of a shame the way that worked. What we're going to do is actually sell, how many are there? There's 17 million here. We're unfortunately going to have to sell, say, 9 million of those. So we can purchase as many of these as we possibly can, which is 3 million. Probably do the same thing again. We're going to sell 3 million of those so we can buy as many of these as we can. Then hopefully I don't screw up the math so bad next time. The frame rate is really dropping hard. I don't know how many more millions of miners the game is going to accept. We've made it to the bottom of the orange. It turns purple next, which is going to be even stupidly harder to mine. The collectors are still keeping up. I just saw them blink through at 1 frame per 60 seconds. We're going to need more mining power. Only 2.5 trillion this time. That's disappointing. So the first thing we're going to do is promote as many of these guys as we can, all the way up to the top, and we're going to start with smaller numbers. We're going to do 3 million at a time. And that seems to work nicely because I should be able to just about, yeah, run out of money. We only have 25 billion left over. And we have 22 million miners. So I think we essentially just doubled the amount of miners again. On this one, since I can't really be helping down below right now anyway, I'm just floating around looking for chests because their damage is only at like 60%. And I think I've turned that up to at least 80 since I've been grabbing chests. With double the amount of miners, literally 10 million more, we made it back to the purple with 1/4 of the day left. And it looks like we're actually able to chew through some of it. It also looks like we're going to need more collectors. We sadly left a lot sitting on the ground. But $3 trillion is $3 trillion. So we're going to try and double the amount of collectors we have. They're always so surprisingly cheap. So we're actually going to do 5 times the amount of collectors we have. We're going to buy another 5 million there. And that's going to leave us with only $2 trillion. Now we've got 30 million miners and 7.5 million collectors. We should also promote the rest of them. Our target quota for today, 192 billion coals. I think we're gonna do it. Remember when this layer was like impossible to get through? I wouldn't even look at it because it was stupid. Now we're just dissolving it in real time. Down in the purple layer, the collectors are able to keep up, and the miners are actually getting us through this somewhat quickly. I've also mined 1.4 trillion coal already. Now we're making trillions from many different things individually, and we made $20 trillion in total today, 21 trillion even. So I think we could buy 10 million miners at a time. And if we do it that way, yeah, it takes off about $2 trillion every time we do that. But that's good because now we can jump up to, say, 56 million miners. And we'll round that all the way up to 100 million miners. And the rest we're going to spend on collectors because I feel like we're going to need a few more. We could probably get more like 10 million of these because they're pretty cheap. We'll get as many collectors as we possibly can. Yep, 17 million. We have $1 billion left over. That's fine. This one's really getting out of hand and I love it. 120 million employees. The frame rate is worse than ever, but the green stuff is absolutely chunking away. And we're making very quick progress through the orange. The biggest slowdown now is the frame rate. Today we made it down to the purple layer halfway through the day, so that's a really good sign. What's not such a good sign is we're just hitting our coal quota now halfway through the day. We chewed our way well into that layer and we got 7.5 trillion just in iron. 44 trillion overall. The first thing I want to try and do is double the amount of collectors we have again. I worried we're running a little low on those. Maybe we'll try and add another 20 million miners as well, which is 20% more than we have. We could actually afford a lot more than that. We might be able to get away with a full, let's try 80 for now. So we'll, if we get away with this, we'll double the number of miners we have, and we did. So we'll try that one more time. We're getting so many. Didn't quite get there. 240 million though. This is taking a really long time. I've also realized that we can see the max entities drawn. So we can see up to 2000 or we can see as low as 300 to try and put the frame rate back up. Same with item drops. Oh, that actually helped the frame rate quite a bit. The biggest challenge is today we need 3 trillion coal. We still managed to over double our coal quota and make $80 trillion. We found 1 billion diamonds alone. I would like to add another 200 million miners to essentially double them. Is that going to be possible? It sure is. We've got $30 billion left over. Half of which I want to spend on collecting. It would be nice to get another 60 million to get 500 million miners. We got all the way up to 528 million miners. Do you think that's enough? It seems like it's enough to work through the green layer in a hurry. And the orange layer now feels like a joke as well. We have hit our coal quota, but not by a lot. I thought we might see the bottom of that layer. We did make 141 trillion, which means I'm going to buy 100 million at a time for more miners, which isn't super cheap, but it wasn't also as expensive as you would think. So we're going to buy 500 million instead. And that's going to healthily double the number. Can we afford that? I might have screwed up the math on that. That we do have 1 billion miners officially. Yeah, we'll call it 1 billion, 40 million miners, 77 million collectors. I'm also going to buy the gravity enhancer to help pull myself downward. Should have bought this ages ago. Okay, it doesn't work anyway because I need to be moving the ground out from below me. The fastest way to move the ground below me though is to despawn my billion miners to my position. The green layer blinked by. The orange layer is also going very quickly. I've now mined 16 trillion coal, but it turns out a quota of 50 trillion is probably about my limit, at least on this particular build. We did our best. It is amusing that this is considered a failure run. Look at those numbers. There's always next time.